Remind me to get a lamp because when I'm going live on YouTube, it's not, the lighting is bad on YouTube, and then it makes my videos look wacky.
So you want a lamp for your desk?
I need a lamp for the desk.
Or do you want like a, you know the circle joints?
The circular joints. Oh, the one that hangs down over top? The circular one? That hangs down over top of the... The what?
The ring light, like a ring light attachment to your phone.
Not the phone. It's for the laptop. From when I do the lives on YouTube, because I'm doing them on. I'm doing those on laptop. Yeah.
Got you covered.
All right. Come on, Kiki. In New York, I've been hearing helicopters nonstop the whole day. Divine, hey, 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 hey. Hey, I've been watching you since 2019. Hey, Nene Lee, what's going on? We ran, mama. Y'all got me over here cracking the hell up. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? Yeah, I appreciate the hearts and the fireballs. Y'all see I got this orange on, honey, to represent the flames, the fire. Y'all see that fire? Hi, I am Queen Doreen. Finally made it live. Okay, now. How y'all doing? Hey, New York is asking for the public to help them inform if we see any drones. I saw a falling star last night and said it's began. Yep. Have you guys, let me ask you a question. How's everything been good out your way? It's cloudy where I'm at, fam. So I don't know if they did any spraying. They barely do that here, but it's cloudy where I'm at, so I'm not able to see anything at this time. But I don't think it was supposed to start right now. I think it's going to start sometime later on this evening. Okay, but I just want to check and see how you guys are doing. But I am getting reports from people saying that they're starting to see something falling. I saw a falling star too. Okay, y'all are starting to see it because it's barely on the news. KJ in here. Hey, family. Your live isn't showing on home screen. I had to search for your page to get this. That sucks. It's cloudy here too. Making my way home now. Not scared. Yes, it was cloudy today. Making my way home. I came to Instagram and I didn't see your live, so I swiped down on my phone and clicked your link and it brought me here. That's crazy. They were saying a person in Bowie, Maryland saw a drone. Okay. They said we were having a meteor shower tonight. That's not what that is. The meteor shower that they're telling you guys are going to have tonight is a worldwide thing, but it's not a meteor shower. I told y'all to go look at the live I just did yesterday, baby. That ain't what you think that is, and don't get caught looking up in the air. But the clouds was looking wavy too. Been raining all day in Puerto Rico up the mountain. Okay, I saw a falling star also. I thought it was just me. Did you say the live from Discord? I did. And I'm going to upload that to YouTube and I'm going to post it. But I want to get in some other stuff. Now, you tripping me out when you said it's not showing that I'm live, baby. I'll stop this live and start this thing back all over again, okay? Let me check real quick because I got some stuff I need to talk about. I know your Instagram ain't hating on me like that where it ain't even letting my damn lives be seen. Y'all got me drugging out off of that shit. Let me check real quick and see what's going on. Oh, my God. No, it's showing live. It's showing me live. It's showing me live. I see myself. Don't be giving me panic. Don't have me panic over here. Don't give me the panicking. But the actual live the actual full moon doesn't start until Sunday. The official full moon day is Sunday. But listen. I had a conversation with Soulless today. And I want to pass on some messages to you guys. That I'm supposed to bring out. And also to all the people who are going to be listening to this video on YouTube, because this is not going to be live on YouTube, to all my YouTubers, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video just like you did the other one. And much support to every last one of you who did support me on the live I did yesterday at 10 a.m. in the morning. You knew it was serious when I got on live 10 a.m. in the morning on the YouTube. You knew it was serious. Okay, here's the deal. You always acting up when I get on. Okay, A couple things I want to run past you guys. Just when it couldn't get any more complicated. Source proceeds to explain to me that you're going to start seeing your aspects. It's going to be you. You're going to start seeing your aspects. If you don't know your own energy, you're not going to know that it's you, and it's going to cause a lot of fear in a lot of people. Okay? When we say that the veil is lifting, I said it's just getting deeper and deeper, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? But the veil is gone. But she wanted me to relay this message to y'all to make sure you guys also understood that there are going to be people that you're going to see. Some of you guys may look in the mirror. Some of you guys may see dark eyes, and it may scare the crap out of you. You have to know the difference between your energy and something outside of you's energy. Now, remember what I explained to you about different reincarnated versions of self that have had and lived different experiences. And I reiterated that you're a walking multiverse. You're a walking, living multiverse. That means the various different aspects of who you are is going to come and show through you. Okay? So that's another thing that's going on as well. So you're going to have to now discern. Not only are you going to have to discern if it's you or not when you're looking at the mirror or looking at yourself, you're going to have to discern between whether or not it's self versus you. And sometimes your aspects have the ability to step outside of you. If you have spiritual eyes, your aspects have the ability to step outside of you. Like, it's nothing for me to talk to my angel and she be right there. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the presence of her there in my mind's eye. I can see her standing right there, right? Versus other different aspects that I may have when I call them forth. Oh, they'll come out, sit on the bed, you know what I'm saying, chilling and whatnot. They'll do that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm just telling you this in advance, that it's a possibility that you may see yourself and not realize this is who you are, and you're seeing yourself, not to freak you out. Okay. You may say, okay, I don't know who this is or what this is, but get the hell out of here. It'll disappear. Then that means that was probably you. It could mean that, or it also could mean that it could have been a family member. I just found out today there are a few people that are getting visited by their star family. Some of you guys wrote letters recently. Some of you guys wrote letters to your star family and you asked your star family to come get you. Some of you guys have been talking to your star family and you've been writing letters to them asking them to please come get me. So they're obliging you and they're coming to get you. Okay? So again, be careful what you write down on paper, because what Source basically explained to me was that when the collective decides that they start making certain changes on a collective level, it changes things. And because a lot of us are originals, and I told you guys how powerful we are as originals and how we affect the planet, it shifts things. We have the ability to shift the stars and the placements of the stars. Okay? We have the ability to shift the planets, all kinds of stuff. We just don't know these things because it wasn't explained to us in this way. All right? So, I wanted to give you that warning ahead of time. So, the name of the game here is you're going to have to do a lot of healing. You guys are now going to have to get on your healing journey for real now. You're not really going to have much of a choice if you plan on discerning throughout this process. And she wanted me to reiterate that even though these things are going on right now, it doesn't mean that you stop your healing journey. It means that you get on your healing journey so you can learn how to better discern. Okay? And learn how not to operate in fear. Because one of the things Source said was that, we have to be careful about certain things because we don't want to start tipping into the area of fear. So we don't want to do that. But if you're operating in the healed space, or if you're actively healing, a lot of that stuff will be subsided, and you won't be in fear. Okay, you'll be nervous, you'll have anxiety. You know what I'm saying? But if you're able to just kind of keep yourself still and just see what it is that you're looking at, I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. Some people are seeing people with the black eyes already, but you're going to have to discern whether or not what you're seeing is that them. Is that an aspect of them, or is that something else? And the way that you're going to know this is that you're going to be able to feel the energy. If the energy feels nefarious, then you know damn well that's not them. That's something else. Okay? So you have to really learn how to discern the energy, even the energy within self. You're going to have to learn how to discern the energy. Now, speeding up from there. There have been reports of a drone or a couple of drones that may have fell from the ground. These drones that fell from the ground are not our people. It's not our star family. It's not the Anunnaki. There is no technology that they have to knock those types of drones down from the sky. Further, their drones look like plasma. Okay? They look like plasma. Now, let me tell you what's going on. There are a couple of things that's taking place at the same time. Okay? You have other factions that are trying to cause confusion. Part of the reason why they're trying to do this is to try to make it seem like it's not something from otherworldly, to try to calm the public down so there's no mass hysteria. That's one of the reasons why they're doing this, okay? So you may hear of some drones falling down. You may have people that are putting video footage of a drone falling down out of the sky, or that they shot something down. I want you to be clear about something. There's not a single piece of technology that this planet has to knock down any drone from the sky coming from the Anunnaki and any other galactic being for that matter. It does not exist. They don't have it. So do not be fooled or deceived about what you're seeing when you see things like that. Okay? Make sure you're clear. They're going to try to run with that narrative. Don't fall for it. Okay? Do not fall for it. The technology that we're talking about here is actual plasma technology. Period. Plasma technology. All right? Now, source did tell me that the governments of the world are going to try to fight back, but unfortunately, they don't have the technology. Now, the booms and stuff that you're hearing, that is them warring. They are warring in the skies, so you're going to see a whole lot of clouds up in the skies. But that's not to make the people panic. Some things you're just going to see and you can't help but see it. Okay? But they're trying their best to use the cloud technology so you guys don't actually see what's going on. You'll just be hearing a lot of booms and bows and boom booms and all that kind of stuff. That's just what you're going to be hearing. Okay? That is the Anunnaki doing their thing. Further, some of you guys are starting to have visitation of the Anunnaki. Some of you guys are going to get visited from the Anunnaki in your dreams, but they're going to be pulling you up to train you. Okay? Be prepared for that. Some of you guys are going to get snatched up while you're in the dream state, right into the ships, and you're going to be trained. Some of these beings look like they're red beings. Okay? Some of them look like they're red beings. Do not be alarmed by that. Some of them look that way. Okay? And color. Do not be alarmed by that. Just pay attention to the energy. Okay? But they literally are starting to walk into people's homes. They're literally just walking into people's homes and just standing there to see how you're going to respond, to see if you're going to spaz out or if you're going to flip out or whatever. If they was going to do something to you, they would have did something to you. So I also want you to keep that in mind. Okay? If you see something walking into your house that's tall, that's got dreadlocks, things like that, you know what I'm saying? Or it looks like they got a lot of hair. Just, you may freeze for a minute, and then they're going to be freezing, looking at you, and then you're looking at them, and they're looking at you. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't see them making any move in your direction to try to cause you any harm, breathe. Breathe. Okay? Breathe. Okay? Some of y'all just break down, start crying and whatnot just because you're panicking so damn bad. Breathe. Okay? And just simply say, are you family? Are you family? You know what I'm saying? Are you my family? And they'll talk back to you and they will communicate to you and let you know what time it is. Okay? They're not trying to scare you, but that's why you're not going to see them moving too quick. They're going to sit there and kind of look at you like, you know what I'm saying? And you're just going to have to get yourself adjusted. This is happening in real time with people right now. This is actually happening right now. Okay? You need to ask, are you here to take me home? Or are you here to protect? Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? And they'll talk to you and they'll tell you why they're there. Okay? So some of you are going to get those types of visitations either in the dream state or it's going to happen to you in real life. Okay? Again, but the same beings I'm talking about aren't going to be friendly to others. Okay? They're not going to be friendly to others, and you're going to know. Some of you, I wouldn't recognize you having any interaction with them if you don't see them pausing on you. If you see them pausing on you for a moment, and you're trying to get your bearings together, and they're not making any move to cause you harm, that's probably more than likely star family. That's probably family for you. Okay? But other ones, they're going to be extremely aggressive. You're not even going to have time to react. You're not even going to have time to react. Okay? They're not going to be friendly to you. So I want you to be clear. Some they're going to be friendly to if you're family. Other ones they're not. Okay? I just want to put that out there so that way you're prepared in your mindset. So you're prepared. But again, breathe. Breathe. If you don't see them making an aggressive move towards you and they're just pausing, breathe. Because there is a lot of things going on all at once at the same time, and it's going to require you to really get your discernment game up on another level. A lot of your senses are going to go up. All 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of your senses is going to get activated for some of you. Okay? You're going to be like, I didn't even know I had these senses. You know what I'm saying? You guys are going to be so heightened in your senses that you're going to be like, I didn't even know I had these type of senses. Okay? Some of you are going to get activated in that way because you're going to need to. When you're put in a position where you have to survive, or if you think that you're threatened, you'd be surprised at some of the things that happen with you when that happens, including your aspect coming down, taking you over, for that matter. Okay? Coming down and taking you over to make sure that you're protected. It's no telling what could happen. Okay? Especially as it pertains to us and who we are. Certain things may unlock within our bodies. Certain things may unlock within us that you didn't even know was even there. You're going to find out things about yourself that you didn't even know you could do. You know, you never know what happens when you're placed in a position to deal with certain things that you've never dealt with in your entire life, and you may feel like your life is being threatened in some type of way, or you just may feel that you're in fear and you don't know what's going on. Okay? So I wanted to kind of give you those updates. So that way you guys are prepared, because I don't want to see some of you guys out here spazzing out. You know what I'm saying? Interesting enough, the young lady said that her dad, I think it was, said he didn't feel any fear. He didn't feel any fear. But he did ask it to go, and it left. That's another reason. That's another way to let you know whether or not that was family or not, because they will leave if you request to leave, because they're not going to move against your free will. Okay? They're not going to do that. They understand universal law. They're not going to move against your free will. So if you're freaked out and you're screaming at the top of your lungs and you don't see nothing going on, they're just sitting there looking at you, then at that point you got to say, well, wait a minute. You fam? You know what I'm saying? Before I scream again, are you fam? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, you fam. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, shit. All right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how y'all going to be doing. I don't know how y'all going to deal with this. Okay, now someone says the past couple of days, someone or something has been knocking on my door around 8 to 9-ish at night. What I'm going to say to you is that in this particular case, do not open that door if they're actually knocking on your door. If it's an interdimensional being and that's your family, they're just going to pull up on you. Okay? Certain beings that are nefarious will knock on your door and hope that you open up that door. And then once you invite them in, that's your ass. Okay? So be careful with that and use discernment. Okay? Those type of beings, I don't really see them on some, hey, we're the Anunnaki and we're going to come over here and knock on your door. Fam, you going to open up the door for us? I don't see that happening. What I do see happening is that them walking through walls and pulling right up on you in your room. What you may notice some distance as not to freak you out. You're already going to be freaked out. You're already going to be spooked. Let's just get that out the way now. You're already going to be spazzing the hell out. So they're going to give you enough room for you to go through the whatever it is that you think you need to go through for that moment. They're going to give you enough space just in case you flip out and shit. Okay? But they're still going to stand there and just look at you and be like, okay, okay, this is what we doing? All right. You taking me up on the ship? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? You here to take me home? What's happening? What are we doing? Now, Source did say that there's more to come, that this is just the beginning. I'm going to let y'all know right now that this is just the beginning. Source has a way of saying things and giving you just enough information, and that's it. And Source is about that surprise life. So it's like, yeah. I was like, you think you could have just gave me some more, information before, all this was going to go down. Well, there's nothing like the element of surprise. And we're dealing with the element of surprise. But she did say all this is happening because of the collective. This is what you guys asked for. A lot of y'all been crying and screaming, saying, just take me up out of here. A lot of y'all been crying and saying, I just want to connect to my star family. Y'all going around here skipping timelines and doing, like I did my 2024 timeline shift. I didn't even know that some of them folks were sitting up there writing letters to their family and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're star families. Get me up out of here. Come home. I want to go home. I'm ready to go. Y'all was doing all that kind of stuff, manifesting while you jumping timelines, fam. Any move that the collective decides to do to change the direction that they were moving from before, especially if it looks like a move for the better, I'm telling y'all right now, everything that you ask for is going to be obliged. That's what I'm starting to realize now. What you're asking for, you're going to get. The times that we're living in, that's why I tell people, be very careful what you ask for. In this day and age, it's instant manifestation. Now y'all done got us all out here. Now we're meeting all these different beings because y'all been putting stuff out there about wanting to meet different beings. Well, here we are. Y'all asked for it. What else you gonna ask for? You said you want the systems to be shut down. You said you tired of the people that's been running the planet. Now they're getting ready to get their behinds off the planet. You got all the governments worldwide scared half to death. This is what you said you wanted. Well, you're getting it now. You're getting what you asked for. Christian Watson, what do you mean what's going to happen to the women that broke our hearts? Okay, fam, I'm going to need you to mature yourself up. That's just like a woman asking us what's going to happen to the men that broke our hearts. Come on, fam. Like, what? They know about 1,200 species of beings. They only going to disclose publicly 3. Girl, you be lucky. Fam, you'd be lucky if they even disclose publicly 3. I wouldn't even worry about it because you're going to see all the things that you need to see anyway. Don't be paying attention to, listen, one of the things that Source also mentioned, that there's a reason why all these distractions are coming up around the same time that this is happening. They're purposely putting out big stories about stars and celebrities right now on purpose to distract us from the things that are going on right now. Source wanted me to let you guys know that. They're purposely. So just like how I told you about the decoys that they're putting in the skies and whatnot, so you don't realize what's going on ground. Okay? They're doing the same thing by placing celebrities and things like that in front of us so we're distracted and we don't pay attention to that. Or we're being distracted with social media. Okay? Or we're being distracted with the news. Anything that they're doing to massively distract us, that's what they're going to try to do to get our minds off of actually what is going on in front of our faces. You need to be more present than what you've been, and you need to cut out the distractions as much as you can now because you're going to have to pay attention. There are certain habits and certain things that you do that dull your senses. You don't have time for that. What you need to be doing is spending as much time as nature to get your senses game up. You do not want to be caught slipping out here and you don't have the ability to discern and you don't have your senses operating. That's only due to the fact that you haven't been spending enough time in nature. So for those of you that know that you haven't been spending enough time in nature, I suggest that you start actually taking those walks in nature. Go to a nature trail, spend as much time out there. If you can ground, if it's not cold, try to ground as much as you can. Okay? But you need to be spending time in nature. It is imperative that you do that. That's going to help you. Okay. However, if you're going to do that, make sure you travel in more than one person. Like do it in 2s and 3s and 4s because there's beings also in those places as well. And it's not that they're going to do anything to you per se, but if you see something in the woods you've never seen before, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you got like 2 to 3 people with you just in case you just happen to see something. Okay, just in case you just happen to see something. I'm not saying that you will see anything, but just in case you want to ride with at least 2 to 3 people and not be out there by yourself. Okay, when you're traveling at nighttime, you definitely want to be with more than one person when you're traveling out there by yourself at night from here on out. You don't want to be out here traveling by yourself at nighttime. It's ladies, especially you. You definitely don't want to be traveling out here by yourself at nighttime. Fellas, I definitely would think twice about that. Do what you feel comfortable, but use some common sense. Go with what you feel. Yeah, bring the dogs. The dog's going to let you know what it is right away. Okay, if it's cold where you are, that's fine. But that's fine. If it's cold where you are, it is what it is. Okay? If it ever gets warm in the area where you are, you might have a day where the sun's coming out and it's warm. Take advantage of that and try to get outside in nature. Okay? That's all you have to do. Someone said put bells on your bracelets. Boom. Don't worry about the specific states. This is worldwide. So don't say, what about Ohio? Or what about this state? What about that state? It's irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. This is a worldwide thing that's taking place. So since it's a worldwide thing taking place, don't ask me about specific areas. It's a worldwide thing that's taking place. All advice applies. Yes, you can. Goddess Ziva Morday. Yes, you can. Okay, Little Red Light. Is this why I keep having rapture dreams, sweetheart? Ain't no rapture, honey. Ain't no rapture coming, baby. You must want to get your ass zapped up on one of them ships if you want to, in terms of that, and see what happens to your ass. What you thinking of rapture, you? That ain't the rapture, baby. Not that. You mess around and you get your ass zapped up on that ship. Oh, it's over with. Y'all better stay your asses on the ground. Now, some of these ships are triangular in form. Some of them landed in some of your yards and you don't even know it because they're cloaking themselves. Some of you that have big yards, some of them have landed in your yards and don't even know it because they're cloaked. Remember, these are interdimensional ships and you're dealing with interdimensional beings. Nancy Allen Rose says, I'm getting chills as you speak. No idea, but it was a tsunami and they brought me up like I was riding the damn wave. Okay, and that's a whole nother thing I want to talk about. There's a lot of beings that are coming up out of the water. There's a lot of beings that are coming up out of the water. For those of you who like to spend time sailing in the waters, and you're going to hear some stuff and you're going to see some stuff about that, all kinds of portals have opened up within the ocean. So there's going to be a lot of surprises for people who like to spend time out in the waters. They're going to be in for a huge surprise of some of the things they're about to encounter out there in these oceans. Okay. But there are what we call UAPs. Okay. Ships coming out of the water. There's going to be a lot of that going on. That's because the real space is inside the water. It's not coming from above. However, there are portals in the sky that they can teleport through. Okay? But the majority of that is coming from the ground. It's coming from the water. And then going up, and then they're shooting out. Okay? The majority of the ships that you're seeing are coming out of the water, then they're shooting up. Then they're shooting out. Okay? Now, there's been reports of a huge mothership that's been sitting out on the coast, on the East Coast. I forgot the location where they said it was. They tried to say that it was an Iranian ship, right? This is what they're trying to say. Okay? But of course, they came out and said, oh, it's not an Iranian ship. There's no such thing going on, blah, 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 blah. They're calling it a mother drone ship is what they're calling it. So I want you to pay attention to how they're playing this game. They're putting out disinformation or misinformation because they know damn well what's sitting out there. And what's sitting out there ain't got no human origins. And they know this already. So I want you guys to look at it from this perspective. A lot of areas are being surrounded through the waters. They're coming up out of the waters. A lot of areas are being surrounded. Also, I'm supposed to let you guys know that the Lanteans are actually here on the surface of the planet. but they are cloaking themselves for right now as not to freak other people out. Because if you saw an Atlantean in its true form, you're going to spaz the hell out. You're just going to spaz out. It is what it is. Okay? So they're not, I'm being told that's going to be later on down the road when you actually see them in their true form. But right now, they're cloaked. Okay? For those of you that have Atlantean aspects, you know what I'm saying? You can just talk to your Atlantean aspect. If you got your first eye and you have gifts, you can say, I need you to come out and sit on that bed over there so I can see exactly what you look like, because I know you're me. So I'm not going to run from me, but I need to see what you look like so I can know so I can know what to look for. And they'll come out and they'll show themselves. Okay? Okay, I'm traveling overnight tonight with my spouse. What frequency from the radio should I travel on? Wow. I don't know the answer to that question, sis. I got to be honest with you. As far as what frequency from the radio? I've never had anybody ask that before. I don't have an answer to that question. Eggs Boomin said, Nig, what? What's up, Eggs Boomin? How you doing? What they look like. How would I describe that to you as far as what they look like? How would I be able to describe that to you? I want you guys to understand that not all beings look the same. Not all beings look the same, but they're aquatic in nature. Okay? Yes, the veil has been lifted. Someone said, how bad is karma at this moment for the ones who... I don't know what you're trying to say here, baby. Use a different word at OMG, Sean, because I don't know what you're trying to say here. They visit me in my dream state almost every night, and I'm not afraid. Bronx Bomber, are you talking about the Anunnaki? Okay. What if they say they're coming to take you home? Now you're going to have to discern that. First of all, ask yourself this question. Did you put a cry out there, or did you write any letters to them asking them to come and get you? That's the first thing that you got to ask yourself. If you didn't do any of that, then you're going to have to do some discernment and say, okay, what do you mean you're coming to take me home? What do you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to be, you're going to notice they're not going to be non-threatening, none of that kind of stuff. But I did tell you guys that some of you guys have star family that are coming back home to take you back home. Okay, some of you are going home. Some of you are leaving off this planet. And you are going home. That's a real thing that's really happening. But I feel like for the individuals where that's really happening with, I feel like that these individuals were already prepped ahead of time. Like, I feel like that whoever these individuals are that are leaving from here, I feel like that their missions are complete here. I feel like that they did everything that they were supposed to do here, and that they've already gotten some type of notification ahead of time from their family that they were coming to get them. I do not feel like this is a situation where they're just pulling up on you with no communication at all prior to showing up, and then they're just coming and taking you home. I don't feel like that's going to be the case here for a lot of us. I feel like in this particular case, this is going to be a situation where some of you may have been getting dreams. Some of you are being visited by your star family already. This may have led up for months and months and months where they were telling you, look, get your affairs in order. You know what I'm saying? From what I've seen and what I've helped people with, when star family comes to get them, usually what happens is the family member will come and visit. So I remember one time there was a young lady that was getting visited by her Syrian brother. And she thought it was something evil. And it wasn't. I said, he's a Syrian. Now, I'm Syrian too. I said, that's your brother. I said, he's telling you that you're going home. And she said, well, what about my mom? I said, I'm being told that your mom will be fine. She has the ability to take care of herself, but you are going home. He's saying that you need to get packed up and you need to get ready because he's coming to take you home. And she was like, well, is there anything I can do to stay here longer? And I asked, he said, no. And I said, what's her deadline? And I told her deadline. You know, that woman never talked to me again, but I think she got snatched because I've never seen or heard from her again. She was very upset with me. And I'm like, don't get upset with the messenger. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in those types of situations, I feel like that's what's going on there. So if you weren't getting contacted ahead of time in advance where they were telling you to get your affairs in order and started getting prepared and all that kind of stuff, I don't feel like you're going to be the person that's getting snatched up on a ship and leaving out of here. I don't feel like it's going to happen that way for y'all. I feel like it's going to be something that you already knew and you were preparing for. Okay. I've had dreams where I see rings of fire, portals in the clouds. I see myself inside what looks like inner earth. Boom. Damn. Okay. Vegas goddess, I am not trying to get kidnapped. I don't think it's anything you have to worry about as long as you're not soulless. A few years ago, I had a dream my brother was an avatar, like blue skin and all. Now, that right there, that sounds like Atlantean. That sounds like an Atlantean. A few years ago, I had a dream my brother wasn't, okay. If people walking to the light, hold on. If people walking to the light in the sky, I'm going the opposite direction. I had a dream of trapezoidal shaped red-orange ships hitting the top of the towers and disappearing. Wow. Okay. How bad is the karma for the ones intending bad for you at this moment? Whatever they put out there is what they're going to receive back to them. So I don't know if it's a how bad type thing. I just think that whatever they're dishing out is going to turn around and reverse right back to them, because that's what's happening right now in this day and age. I'm always asking them to take me home. Now, Little Red Lila, was you getting any type of visitations prior to? Did you complete your missions that you had here on the earth? Okay. I've been hearing clear English-speaking invisible folks. He said, "Hey, you." I looked over and he said, "Yeah, you." There was no one there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who are the beings with red skin? Is there any? Some of the Anunnaki do have red skin. Not all, but some of them do. Some of them are going to pull up on you that look like us, pulling up on you, that look just like us. Tall, very muscular, very warrior-like energy, but tall. So you're going to know when you see them. You're going to be like, oh, snap. I know what you are. You a whole Anunnaki. I've been waiting for y'all to show up. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for y'all to show up. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You're going to know. I feel like with them, I feel like a lot of us are going to know who they are when we see them. I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel like we're going to know who they are when we see them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that we don't have anything to worry about as regards to Star Family. Our Star Family is not going to cause us harm, guys. We ain't got to worry about that. They're not causing us harm unless us don't have a soul. Now, if you ain't got no soul, you're up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You can have brown skin and not have a soul. So if you ain't got no soul, your ass is up out of here. Then you got to worry about them for that. But other than that, if you got a soul, you ain't got nothing to worry about from them. You're going to be fine. A woman popped up in my dream with dark blue skin, red hair, and yellow eyes. She just stared at me. It felt like I was trying to hide from her. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if that's one of your aspects. Because your aspects will do that. Your aspects will show up to you like that, and they will just kind of look at you. They will do that. You got to feel the energy and see if the energy feels like you. Someone said, we safe as F. Yeah, if you got a soul, you ain't got nothing to worry about in that regard as far as they're concerned. I had a dream where I was facing someone who looked like me but looked evil. That's a doppelganger. Where do they go, the soulless people, when they're snatched? Like, how does that work? If there's anybody that's soulless that doesn't, that's a shell. If they ain't got no soul, that's a shell. It gets destroyed and they send them on their way. That's a shell. That's a shell. Don't get caught up in the shells now. Someone said we in two different worlds. Let me explain something to y'all. Now this is kind of deep because this is when you begin to start realizing how many people made the split and how many people didn't. Because I'm gonna let y'all know right now, that's gonna be very evident for a lot of people. That's gonna be very evident for a lot of people who made the split and who didn't. I want you to pay attention to that because some of you are laughing, but you're not going to be laughing much longer. Okay? You're not going to be laughing much longer. Some of you guys that like to be entertained, that spend a lot of time listening and being entertained in the spirit, in these spiritual places, and the spiritual conscious community, those of you who like to be entertained, well, guess what? Now you become the entertainment. Let's see how y'all like that when you realize that now you are the entertainment. Some of y'all are not going to like that. But some of y'all are about to be entertainment. Like how you like to watch and be entertained by things. Now they're going to be watching you and being entertained by you. Some of y'all better be very careful out here. Very careful. Ak Lord, I see you, family. Nancy on the road says, sheesh, I felt that. You know, there's a lot of people that play too much in this community. They play entirely too much. And it's not going to be a good look for them soon. I've been failing in my levitation in the astral space, sometimes in buildings, sometimes outside, but I have full control and been getting faster. Had where I was teaching to. Had one where I was teaching to. Okay, I got you. Okay. God Flizzy, I'm glad you brought this up because this is something else I got to bring to your forefront. God Flizzy says, long story short, Auntie, I learned that my own mother is my own enemy in ways that crush my feelings. The delusion has faded from me like a lid got pulled back. I'm sorry that happened to you, baby, but I'm glad you actually brought that up. It's because that was another thing that was brought to my attention to bring out to the collective. I want you guys to listen to me and be very, very clear about what I am about to say. Whew. True faces, true colors of people are going to show their asses. All the fake, all the facade, all the mask wearing is coming down. You're going to see the people for who they are. Period. You're going to see who's been doing the healing work and who hasn't. You're going to see it very clearly. A lot of you, it's going to hit close to home. It's going to be shocking for some of you. Some of you guys are already seeing it. Some of you guys are already experiencing it. It's also going to make you aware of how much you've been living in delusion. Because a lot of us have been living in delusion. Living in delusionalville. Not seeing people as they are. Okay? Now you're going to see exactly who the people are in your face. And it's going to be nothing nice if they didn't do their healing. It ain't going to be nothing pretty if they didn't do their healing. And I also want to say something to the people who didn't do their healing. I want you to listen to me very carefully, babies. For those of you that didn't do your healing, oh, you were going to have a hard time. Not because I wish it for you, but because the spaces that we're entering into and you carrying around all that dense energy, you are going to be forced to face all that ugly ass shit about your ass, all that unhealed, ugly, all them bags your ass been carrying around, all that anger you've been that you've been storing in your heart space, all that jealousy that you've been carrying around, all that envy you've been carrying around, all that hate that you've been carrying around, all that shit you've been carrying around because your ass didn't take down the hill, you are going to face something that you're not going to be ready to face, and that is the demon within you. And it ain't going to be pretty. It's going to get downright ugly. And everybody around you is going to see it. You are not going to be able to hide it. You are not going to be able to conceal it. You are going to be seen for who you really are, whether you want to show it or you don't. Your asses is grass. You're going to get exposed in the worst way possible, especially if you've been out here hurting people, lashing out at people, projecting onto people. Oh, people are going to see it. Now, what's going to be interesting is people that still side with you because they're just as messed up as your ass is. So they're going to be exposed just like you. Birds of a feather flock together. All of you are going to be seen for who you are. The worst case I've seen it come out was with Billy Carson. When that man came out and gave his 3-hour, did his 3-hour explanation, I literally saw this man brag about all the things that he had. I literally saw this man talk about all the money that he has spent. I literally saw this man putting out all the stuff, and I said right in front of my face, I said, oh my God. Oh my God. You presented yourself to be this way. And now we're seeing that this is really not who you really are. You allowed your ego to get the best of you to the point to where you destroyed yourself. You literally allowed your ego to destroy yourself. He took that video down. I'm using him as an example, not as a diss, but as someone who just literally exposed themselves to the world. Talking about how you got billionaires in your Rolodex. Talking about who he's connecting to, bragging about this and bragging about that, and how basically you're just this and you're just that. And I said, oh, my mouth was on the floor, dropped so low, I couldn't even pick my jaw back up off the damn floor. And some of you were defending this. That led me to believe those people who were defending that saw that, either they didn't see it, they didn't watch the video, and they just run at the top of their mouth. Or they seen it and they resonate with bullshit. It's one of the two. In this day and time, we're living in a time now where you will fall by your own sword. Let that be a lesson of what not to do. If you make a mistake, just own up to the shit. People can respect that. But when you start hitting people with the ego and talking down on people like they're nothing, and you start bragging about the things you have and this, that, and the third, I was like, okay, bro, well, you just literally single-handedly destroyed yourself. I can't even defend you. You can't even defend a brother. And I will not defend foolishness like that. Brown skin or no brown skin. Kinfolk, skinfolk ain't always your kinfolk. Y'all got to come up out that mentality. The times we're living in right now is calling for people to get their stuff together. People don't like it when I point out certain truths. They don't like that. They try to turn it and twist it into something else. Well, I'm going to keep being 100. I'm going to keep being 100 with y'all. I'm not going to be the one that's going to sit up here and pretend and do all this. You know the people I'm talking about. You know the kind of people I'm talking about. The folks that, they'll still be your friend even though they really don't rock with you like that. But then when you turn your back, they turn around and have conversations about you behind your back. Them people, I'm talking about them fake ass people right there. Yeah, those. I'm going to keep it $150 with you all the way across the board on that. Because we have a hard time of keeping our own, or holding our own accountable when they do things that they shouldn't be doing. We want to get passed just because of this or just because of that. I'm done giving folks passes in this community. We got to stop giving passes. Just because someone looks like famous and successful and all that, and that's the mistake that a lot of us make. We're seeking to be a celebrity. Just do the work. If it's meant for you to be in higher places, that'll work itself out on its own. You will be blessed because of who you really are as long as you're doing the work. That's just going to put you in a space of being blessed anyway. But to go intentionally seek that out, nah. Because now now everybody knows you're not doing it from the heart space. Now we know that you're not doing it for the collective. Now we know you're doing it to line your pockets up. It ain't got anything to do with the collective. I call a spade, and I don't fake. There's got to be more authentic people within the community that's got to start speaking up. We got to stop doing this. The times that we're living in now requires us to do this now. Now, if folks was to come humble and say, look, I made a mistake. I'm on Humbleville. Let me get in and clean my stuff up. Okay, cool. No problem. Because we all make mistakes. We all get caught out there sometimes. Some of us get caught out there more than others. But it has to come from a sincere heart space. It can't come from up here because I'm going to read you. I'm going to read you from here because I'm going to see you up in here. Okay? But we got to stop giving folks passes. Earlier today, I was in the business of district of New Orleans and seen a giant figure walk straight through a building. It was cloaked like the predator. No one else seen it. That's the Anunnaki. And it was coming to take somebody right on up out of there. Somebody was getting snatched. My problem, Auntie, just because people yap in my face and try to play in face disturbing my peace don't mean I won't get their asses up off me. I feel you on that, fam. How do I see the next few weeks playing out? Bonkers. Bonkers. How do I see the next few weeks playing out? Bonkers. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. That's how I see that playing out. So get ready. Get ready for this ride. Hold up. I was dreaming and my grandma's eyes got real big and it felt very demonic. I woke up quickly in that moment. I haven't talked to her in a year now. Wow. Wow. 2020 year has been a year of revelations. Oh, baby, but you ain't seen nothing yet. And fellas, stop spazzing out over that girl, Kaya. I don't know who you're talking about. Who's that? When Shira distanced herself after she had a wellness check during a live. I knew something was up with him. I'm going to keep my mouth closed on that because I know what happened, but I'm just going to keep my mouth closed on that because ain't none of my business. Okay, I was visited in my dreams twice by a very tall, black, skinny being. The pressure was very intense. One of those dreams played out in a 3-day cycle like real life. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, one of many fitness says, like, man, how am I going to go back to work on Monday? Bruh, like going in the grocery store is going to be crazy. You know what's funny about that? Um, there's there's people telling me that they're going to the grocery store and it looks empty up in there, so I don't know what's going on. I have a 7-year-old son and he keeps saying he's talking to demons. He's very infatuated with guns and blood. What should I do? I want to save him. Whoa! Whoa! Hey fam, go over to IsisWisdom.com and hit me up, fam. Because it sounds like they may have already got to him already. But go to IsisWisdom.com and hit me up so I can check and see what's going on. I need to see if he's got an aspect or something. I need to see what's happening with him. Because that's going to be too much to talk about on this phone as far as what to do. You're going to need some help with that. That ain't going to be something you're going to be able to do dolo. Okay, I had a similar dream about my ex-husband getting married, but he looked dead. My dreams are off the hook. Well, I mean, looking dead doesn't necessarily mean that the person is lifeless per se, but it could mean that he's getting the life sucked out of him currently right now. Y'all got a lot going on in your dreams. Okay, you're probably in my cosmic school at LaRonda. A lot of people tell me they're in my school. They keep having dreams of me, of seeing me teaching the school. I do have a cosmic school that a lot of you guys have been in. And that school is in the process of being ready to be brought down here into the earth because I am in the process of looking for a place, possibly a campus. I'm looking at some spaces right now for me to bring my cosmic school into fruition. Okay, at Ahmad Moore. And then losing him first family. He spoke about it on the Fragrant podcast. Well, I'm gonna tell you something about them Greys. The Greys will give you anything that you want to as long as you pledge your allegiance to them. Be clear. Elon Musk is a high-ranking general. He's a high-ranking Grey. And as of right now, they're saying he's the richest man in the world. So that should tell you something right there. But I'm going to let you know right now, there's a lot of billionaires that are losing money right now. There's a lot of billionaires that are losing money right now. They need to be very, very, very careful. But there's some of them that's already been snatched. Let me tell you what's going down right now, y'all. I want you to be clear about how they're moving. A lot of these guys are already living in underground bunkers. A lot of your celebrities are already living in underground bunkers. They only come out when they need to make appearances. That's the only time you ever see them come out. Okay? Some of them do backdrops and stuff like that to make it seem like they're out doing this, that, and the third, but they're really like in their actual underground bunker and they're not coming out unless they absolutely have to. They're already there. Politicians, they're already there. Billionaires, they're already there. A lot of these guys went out here and spent all this money up, you know what I'm saying, building these underground bunkers and all this other stuff, and they think, oh yeah, I'm good. You think you good. Your bunkers have already been marked. So you think you're good. You think that you're going to be okay. What's coming to see you isn't even human. So keep hiding, babies. Keep hiding. All right, everybody. I appreciate all of you for coming on board with me tonight. I really enjoyed having a great conversation with you, but Instagram, of course, has me on a timer, which they weren't doing this before. So I guess they're just dogging me out. But I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.